Been forever since I've been gone. Haven't held you in so long. Miss you more than words can say. Guess we got a little off track, but love knows a way back through the storms and pouring rain. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on the stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Every moment, every sweet kiss, all the loving that we both missed. It's okay to let them go. Yesterday's all forgotten, and today we start rocking somewhere underneath the rainbow. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on the stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Oh yeah. Bring it back. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Bring it back. Bring it back. Oh, bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time.
Hello, Jared.
Bring it back. Oh, yeah.
We're doing good. I think we finally have all this stuff working in the booth, so that's good. Hello, hello, hello. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, it's on the wrong thing. Let me fix it real quick. Hold on. Oh, it's on the
How's the other sound go?
Stand
Been forever since I've been gone. Haven't held you in so long. Miss you more than words can say. Guess we got a little off track, but love knows a way back through the storms and pouring rain. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on the stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the Been forever since I've been gone. Haven't held you in so long. Miss you more than words can say. Guess we got a little off track, but love knows a way back through the storms and pouring rain. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on the stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Oh, every moment, every sweet kiss, all the loving that we both missed. It's okay to let them go. Yesterday's all forgotten, and today we start rocking somewhere underneath the rainbow. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on the stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Oh yeah. Bring it back. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Bring it back. Bring it back. Oh, bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Bring it back.
Hello, and welcome to Race 3 of Season 3 of the Mars Truck Series. Today we're at Kansas, and it's looking like right now we have 12 cars. So last week we had 13. We still got we've got 10 minutes left until green flag. So we're topping in here just in time for qualifying. As we finish up the practice section here. Here in practice, Brandon Puffenbarger was the fastest. He ran a 30.84. Behind him, Austin Smith, 30.89. And behind him, Alex Campbell, 30.91. this is Alex's problem today. I've talked to him before the race, and he's fast. As you see, he's got the 3rd fastest lap time. It's just a consistency thing for him. So if he can get that figured out, he could be a front runner tonight. As we wait on these guys to get out and qualify, let's talk about our standings. So we've got 17 drivers that have scored points this year so far. Starting from top and going our way to the bottom, we've got Austin Smith, Wesley Triplett, Corey Kroll, Brandon Puffenbarger, Jarrett Larder, Gary Donnellan, Michael Smith, Ian Campbell, Caleb McKinney, Joshua Neal, Wayne Garland, Cameron Combs, Casey Gross, Adolfo Castillo, Quentin Sutton, Brennan Stubbs, and Jeremy Carter. So Casey Gross isn't here tonight, Adolfo Castillo isn't here tonight, and Alex Campbell stopped on the track. Let's go watch Josh. Oh, just kidding. Casey Gross is here. So whatever happened, he just wasn't here last week. And these guys do get a drop race. So they get a drop week, so it shouldn't affect them in points too bad come the end of the season. But Casey Gross is back. Let's ride along with him. And his Ninja Turtles number 77. And we did a bunch of stuff pre-race, so I'm working on getting the mic stuff back and ready, so just bear with me on that here for a little bit. And Jarrett Larder's the first one to complete a lap. Looks like he's still going. If we can go watch his P2 lap. Here he comes in turn 4. And right now, that still puts Jarrett on the pole. So he's quickest right now. Let's see if somebody can beat him. Brandon Puffenbarger, Austin Smith yet to get on the track. There goes Austin Smith right now. Caleb McKinney, Michael Smith have both put 1 lap down. Michael Smith just put his 2nd lap down. Alex Campbell. Just like that, Freedom Motorsports, right now it's looking like they're 1-2. So we'll see where they finish, but Austin, he's going slow right here. He's warming up his tires. So trying not to warm them up too much at least. Let's talk about the season so far. So we started off at Charlotte last week. I don't even remember where we were. Maybe, where were we last week? Iowa? I don't remember where we were last week, but it was a good race. We were at Bristol last race. What am I thinking? So we've had 2 winners, Austin Smith and Wesley Triplett. Both of those guys are back this week. One guy that we're missing this week is Corey Kroll. He's unable to race tonight, so sucks not having him here. We wish he was here, but he's got other stuff going on, so we'll miss him this week. Austin Smith puts in his fast time right here. We'll see where he comes across right now. He's sitting in 9th. If that wasn't his fast lap, he looks like he's going up top. Jarrett went down bottom. So let's see here if this is the move to go up top. As that puts him in P3, still behind the Freedom Motorsports guys. Not by much. He's a 100th of a second behind Alex. And 500ths of a second behind Jarrett. And Brandon Puffenbarger is now on the track. Gary Donnellan puts in a hot lap. He goes out all the way up to 2nd. And it's not letting us watch Brandon. So here's Puff's first lap. That's his first lap, and now he's on his second lap. So he goes 7th in his first lap. That's quicker than most guys have been on their out lap. Let's see if he can snag the pole here. I don't know what's going on with Wesley. Looks like he went in for tires, maybe. I don't know what he's doing. And across the stripe, he qualifies 4th. Wow, all right. I talked to Alex before the race. He said he wasn't very confident coming into the race. The thing about Alex is he is super quick. It's a consistency thing for him. If he can figure out how to piece an entire race together, he'll win it no problem. Looks like we're getting close to gridding here. We've got Wesley Triplett left. He's the only one that hasn't qualified yet. And he's doing his out lap right now. Sporting a very nice Mars Truck Series car. Corey Kroll builds these, I believe. I believe Corey Kroll is the one who painted this truck, and it is a really good looking truck. Especially when we get under the lights. I'm not sure if tonight's a night race or not, but so here we go into turn 1. And it looks like Wesley's going to go on the low side. Let's see what he does here in turn 1 or turn 3 and 4 if he goes up top to get some speed for the next lap, and he's going to do that. Keeps it off the wall. You hear those tires squealing. Looks like he had to let out of the gas just a little bit there to keep that back in from going around. So I don't know if that'll hurt him or what. He's currently sitting 12th because he's using this second lap as a hot lap. Now, I have no idea where he's at right now. We'll just have to wait till he crosses the stripe as he's pushing up the track. Oh, gets into the wall. That's probably going to eliminate his second lap from contention, so we'll have to see where he's at here. All right, and with that, our qualifying order is set. And we'll get it up here in just a second. Looks like Jarrett might get his second pole of the year going into week 3. Sorry, I had to do that just so you know, if I'm pulling a driver, I got to make sure race control isn't talking or whatnot. So there's your qualifying order. We're going to wait for them to start gridding up here. Looks like we're going to have 12 drivers tonight. I'm pretty sure it's a 12-car playoff, too, in the beginning. So if these guys keep showing up every week, you know, I'm sure we're going to have guys come in that aren't here. The Sutton guys aren't here. So we've got a bigger field. It's just not here tonight at Kansas, which Kansas is a great track. I don't know where everybody is, but so there's $30 on the line tonight, not to the winner, but to the driver with the least amount of incident points. So Puffenbarger won it last week, and he decided to donate his winnings back into the league. So the league decided that they're going to double it up or whatever it was for this week. So this week's $30 to the lowest incident point driver. And if we have multiple drivers, if we have a tie, whether it be 2X or 1X or 0X and so on and so forth, we have multiple drivers. let's say Jarrett and Gary, our top 2 drivers, both get 0x tonight, and everybody else gets more than that, and there's going to be a wheel. They're going to spin the wheel. Whoever the wheel lands on gets the $30. So we'll have that to keep after tonight. As it looks like the sun went down, and we're going to be racing into the lights, so that's always good. Let's go to the grid here. There we go. And your starting lineup tonight, starting at top, going down to the bottom. On your front row is going to be Jarrett Larder, Gary Donnellan. On back is Alex Campbell, Brandon Puffenbarger, Austin Smith, Cameron Combs, Joshua Neal, Caleb McKinney. Rounding out your top 10s, Casey Gross and Brendan Stubbs. 11 through 12 is going to be Michael Smith and Wesley Triplett. And let's let them get rolling here. And let's pull in Jarrett. Jarrett, this is Nate in the booth. You got a copy? Hey man, that was one fast lap you set down. This is your second pole of the season. What's going on?
Man, I don't know. I guess they learned how to hot lap in the off-season.
All right. Well, hey, you're up there, and what are you going to do this race to try and keep it up there?
Air block the hell out of everything.
That sounds good. You know, the dirty air in these trucks, the dirty air, it's really hard to make a pass, but up front, you're good to go. So, hey, man, we wish you the best of luck. Race good tonight, and we hope to talk to you here at the end.
Yeah, thank you. Hope to talk to you later.
All right, we'll see you. I don't think the audio for that worked, did it? Well, I apologize if that did not work. Basically, what he said is that he's going to air block and, you know, try and get these guys aero tight. I think that's a great idea. If he can do that, he's got a good shot. So right here, we're going to be, we're 1 to green here. There's no choose cone at the start of the race, so you are where it says you're going to go. And, you know, I don't know what to expect. Again, these guys don't have a fast repair. They don't have anything like that, and they're racing for money to whoever can be I'm looking at your chat, Larry, and I do not know. I will ask as soon as I can. As the pace truck's off, here we go.
Green flag.
There's the green flag as Michael Smith drops low. Jarrett gets a good start. Gary gets a good start, but I don't think he's going to clear Gary coming down into 1, so he'll have to drive deep into 1. Alex Campbell might look to take it 3 wide. And he lets off for his teammate, so Jarrett gets ahead here. Looks like he's going to go up top in front of Gary. I know it's pretty loud, guys. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Brandon Puffenbarger makes a move on 2nd place. As there they are on back, scrambling for position. It looks like Gary's going to drop back below Brandon Puffenbarger here. Look for 2nd place. Brandon's going to run that top lane. Austin Smith dives way down low to the apron. They're 3 wide, him and Cameron Combs. Alex Campbell, the top car. Austin Smith looks like there might have been a little bit of contact there. I'm not for sure. Austin Smith's going to try and slide it in front of Campbell here. He's going to make that pass, or excuse me, not Campbell, Combs. And it looks like Wesley Triplett is starting to make his way up after that qualifying run. Something happened. He's behind Caleb McKinney right now, just looking like he's trying to get some clean air on that truck. And we look back up here on Jarrett Larder, and he continues to lead under lap 4. What a great start for Jarrett. You know, last season, the first race of the season, he got the lead in the beginning, and something happened, and he was in the back of the pack by that turn 4. So happy to see him running up here. It looks like we got quite a battle going on back. I just don't want to go back and miss anything. We'll ride along. Let's go see what we can see from this. And Austin Smith and Cameron Combs running really tight there. Looks like Brandon Puffenbarger might be trying to make a pass on Jarrett here. Jarrett's going to block him pretty good now. And Jarrett goes low. The thing is Jarrett can stay up top. Brandon's using more tire than Jarrett is here. You save tires on the bottom of the track at Kansas. So Brandon's really fast up top. Looking like Jarrett's going to maintain that lead right now. Ooh, who's that in the wall? Alex Campbell's in the wall. Looks like he's going to get rounded up together and get back on pace. As we go back to the top 2, Brandon's on the side of him. And he's going to get sideways, not sideways, he's going to get by side of him. And he makes the pass for first place. Brandon Puffenbarger's the new leader going on lap 7. Jarrett's going to throw it back in one more time. But it looks like Brandon's got it for now. Let's go watch Austin Smith. Looks like he's struggling really bad to get past Cameron Combs here. Now he's going to look to the inside of him. Again, we really need to know the fuel window. We will soon. But these drivers on lap 8 driving up to the top, I just feel like their tires aren't going to last long enough. And these guys that are driving the bottom, as Austin goes up top, are going to have an advantage. Did Brendan Stubbs just get into the wall there? Yes, he did. Brendan Stubbs is in the wall. Looks like Wesley Triplett and Caleb McKinney are right next to each other. They keep it clean, though, for now. Alex Campbell is back up to P3. And it looks like these 2 cars up front are just kind of checking out. So Jarrett's running that top line now. Do we have anybody still running the bottom? Gary Donnellan's running the bottom. Looks like he's making some pretty good headway. It's just you get such a good run off the top. Kind of reminds me of Austin at Bristol. Remember how good of a run he was getting on the top lane. And here's Jarrett looking to the inside of Brandon. Doesn't quite have enough speed to make the pass. Gary back there is on the side of Cameron. Cameron Combs, that is. One thing about Brandon Puffenbarger is he is not scared to run right up against this wall. So let's ride with him in 1 and 2, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It looks like he played that one a little bit safe. As we ride on back, now riding along with Austin Smith here. Looks like he's going to push Gary Donnellan. Gary's going to slide up the track, take the air off of Austin's nose. Does Austin cut to the inside here? Looks like he's going to try. Let's see if he can make the pass. He's going to try and get a little bit of a side draft here. And he lets off, thinking that Gary was going to cut him off probably. Let's go back up to the top 2. Is Brandon Puffenbarger starting to stretch that lead out? He's got a half a second gap on Jarrett. On back, or about a second back after that. Looks like Alex Campbell's starting to make some headway, though. Where's he running? He's running quite up top, too. So a great start for Freedom Motorsports, running 2 and 3, then Puff's out front. It looks like Michael Smith's struggling. You wonder if he has any damage or what's going on with his truck. Larry, again, as soon as I can figure out, we'll get a good fuel window estimate for you. Looks like Alex Campbell's closing in on Jarrett here. Let's see if he can secure a pass. Looks like he's gonna stay high. Jarrett goes low. And Alex is pretty slow. Something might have happened to Alex there. I think Alex might have got into the wall. Wesley Triplett is your mover of the race so far. He's all the way up to 7th place. Looks like Casey Gross and Brendan Stubbs are back here racing pretty good. Now Austin Smith made a pass on Cameron Combs, but it looks like Cameron Combs got him back in 1 and 2. We'll see what Austin tries to do here. Looks like he just got a little bit nose tight there. He had a run, but it went away. Brandon Puffenbarger now has a 2-second lead on the pack. And he is currently the fastest truck on the track, as Alex Campbell makes it past Jarrett Larder for 2nd place. So Alex is also pretty quick. Let's see what they both can do with clean air. That last lap, they were about the same. And 6th on back was pretty slow that last. I don't know what happened back there. It looks like Casey Gross and Brendan Stubbs are still running pretty tight. Does Casey Gross try and slide it? Looks like they're all just trying to get some clean air on that nose. Doesn't quite look like they're going to get a pass. Brendan Puffenbarger runs a 32.0. Wesley Triplett runs a 31.97. He's now the fastest truck on the track. There's only 2 cars left in the 31s. Only 1 car left in the 31s. It's Alex Campbell. Alex is doing a good job with the tires, but Brendan Puffenbarger is just dominating. Austin Smith's up to 4th place. It looks like him and Cameron Combs are still swapping back and forth. Cameron's almost in the wall. He has to let up. Alex checks up. Jarrett goes down low. This is the battle for 3rd here. Looks like there's some contact right there. And they're going to try and push on back past past Jarrett. And it looks like they're both going to make it past Jarrett here. Let's see what happens in turn 3 and 4. Jarrett's going to shoot it low. Cameron Combs is running that top, but it looks like the pass is going to be made here. And it is. And now Alex Campbell has a 10th. Well, he did. Alex Campbell did have a 10th on Brandon Puffenbarger. It looks like he's 2/10 slower that lap. Austin Smith's running the same as he starts to close in on Alex Campbell here. He's just going to have to keep clean air on that nose, as we've got to be closing in on green flag stops here. We've made it 20 laps. With the lead that Brandon Puffenbarger has, I highly doubt he's the first car to come in. If I had to guess, I'm going to say we can make it about 27 or so laps on fuel, but I don't know. Austin, is he slow again? Looks like he's all right. Your highest I rating in the field tonight goes to Wesley Triplett with 3,400. It looks like he's fighting through the pack. He went up a few, but has fallen back a little bit. I wonder if he might have just used his tires up a little too much trying to get through this traffic. So now he's got Casey Gross on his rear end. That's going to make him a little loose up top. It looks like the speed's just gone everywhere but up top. So Joshua Windmill is going to fall in. Looks like he doesn't quite get in front of Brennan Stubbs right here. Brennan Stubbs had to let out the gas though. As we go back to the leader, Brennan Puffenbarger has a 1.7 second gap on Austin Campbell. Austin Campbell has a second gap on Austin Smith. So, Alex Campbell, excuse me. Man, I'm all kinds of messed up with names tonight. I apologize to everybody listening to this. I'm doing my best. Uh-oh, Gary Donnellan's off the track. Ooh, they're wrecking. They're sideways, and the caution's out. Looks like Gary's going to get it going back straight. Brennan Stubbs, I think they both didn't make any contact too bad. Let's go back and see what happens here. As the caution's out, surely everybody will take tires here. So Gary looks like he might have gotten a little bit loose. As we go back here, so he made contact with Casey Gross as we watch here. Slides up, 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 up. Casey comes down. Ooh. And he just tries to save it, doesn't. Oh, and he gets hammered by Combs. Let's watch that one more time from the blimp. And then we got to go watch pits. Here they go. Yeah. He just lets off. Boom. Both those cars are going to have some trouble here as we get ready to pit. And Brandon Puffenbarger's in the pit road, and here they come. Looks like Joshua Neal stayed out. Michael Smith stayed out. No, excuse me. Joshua Neal, Brennan Stubbs stay out. So here they go. Looks like these four are going to be pretty good, pretty close. And then there's a gap to Jarrett Larder. And these three behind Alex are all even. So let's see how this pit road execution happens. You know, they stopped right at the same time, but Jarrett also has that. He's got the best pit stop. And it looks like it's going to be Brandon, Austin, Alex, Cameron, Caleb, Jarrett, Wesley. Casey Gross is off. There's Michael Smith. And Gary's going to get as much of that damage as he can done here. And Joshua Neal's going to stay out, I guess. Does he pit here? Joshua Neal is a lap down. That's what's happening here. Hey, Brandon, this is Nate up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was one hell of a first stint. You were really fast, fastest on the track. What were you doing to be so fast?
Just be consistent on ripping the wall, not touching the wall, and not overusing the right front. But it all got a race, so we'll see what happens now.
We'll see what happens now. I got one quick question for you. What are y'all looking at for a fuel window? Because we do not have that information at the booth.
Around anywhere from like 25 to 28 laps.
All right, 25 to 28 laps. Hey, good luck here, Brandon.
Thank you.
All right, so, you know, that is frustrating. He built that second lead, and then some guys got caught up in the back, and he ends up losing it. So, looks like they're going to go ahead and let Joshua get his wave around so he can get back and hopefully get a set of tires as they come to the choose cone here. But, yeah, like Brandon said, you know, he did good ripping the top. As we're coming here. Looks like, where's he going? He's going bottom. Austin goes bottom. Caleb McKinney goes all the way from 4th to 2nd here with the choose cone. Jarrett goes from 5th to 4th. And looks like the worst one there was, what is it? Cameron goes from 3rd to 5th. So, looks like everybody's not too bad there. Alex, I don't know what happened during his caution, but he is all the way back in, what is that, 9th place. I don't know what happened there. Casey Gross is back there too. I don't know if he got a little damage. Joshua Neal is coming now to join the pack, and I'll be interested to see. I don't think he got any tires, so he's really praying for a caution here to come out. He might have, though. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention. That's on me. So like Brandon said there, we've got about 27 to 30 laps. So we could be looking about lap 58 or so. 58, 55, somewhere in there for our next green flag stops.
Green, green, green.
And there's the green flag. Brandon with a great start. Looks like Jarrett might have spun his tires a little bit back there at 4th. He doesn't get such a good start. Wesley Triplett behind him. Looks like he's going to push him in here. Look who has found their way 1 and 2. You got Austin Smith behind Brandon Puffenbarger. Does he make a move here for the lead? I guess we're about to find out going into 3 and 4. And I don't know. These guys are teammates, so I don't know if they're communicating with each other right now or not. But looks like they're just going to run that top and try and get out in front of everybody here. So we'll see if he tries something down here in 1 and 2. Looks like he goes low. He goes low. And he's got a lot of speed. It looks like he's going to get at least even with Brandon for a second. Does he get up inside draft? Looks like he doesn't. He leaves him alone. Let's see what he does down here in 3 and 4. Goes back up top. So Cameron Combs leads the rest of your pack. Caleb McKinney is down in 4th. Wesley Triplett behind them. And then Jarrett Lauder looks like he's stuck behind Caleb and Wesley. So I don't think he'll take him 3 wide. Alex is going to take his teammate to the inside here. He's got enough to slide up. I don't know if he will slide up, though. And it looks like he's not going to do it in time as Caleb passes Alex here. Or, excuse me, Wesley passes Caleb McKinney. Wesley's going to run that top. You just wonder about the tires. These guys going to the top so fast. We still got a pretty tight battle for the lead here. And it looks like Austin, oh, I thought he was to the inside of him. He wasn't quite to the inside of him. Here he goes. He's going to go down in 3 and 4, though. Larry, I just saw your comment. Yeah, actually, I talked to Alex Campbell about his new paint. As we, let's go to it real quick. He said he wasn't having very good luck this season, so he switched to the Chick-fil-A scheme. That's Alex Campbell in the number 9. With his new paint scheme, said he just wanted to try something new. He's not the only one with a new paint scheme, Larry. You look at Wesley Triplett up there. He's usually the number 74, and it'll say he's the number 74 on our screen. But tonight, looks like he's running the number 33 Mars Racing Series scheme. But he's out here representing. Again, we talked about that pre-race. He's, I believe that was built by Corey Kroll. So Wesley Triplett is up to 3rd. He's really moving now. Caleb McKinney's going to slide in, see if he can't keep even with him. He gets out in front here. Wesley's going to get a really good run off this turn. They're pretty much even. It's Austin Smith and Brandon are still 1 and 2. Looks like Austin Smith might be trying to make a pass here, though. As he gets up next to him. Oh, I thought they might have hit there. They didn't. And he's not using the side draft. Oh, he does right there. But he ends up sliding up behind him. He's going to get nose tight right there, and Austin's going to get a little bit of stretch of a lead here. Or Brandon, excuse me. So we look further on back. It looks like Caleb McKinney did make it past Wesley Triplett. Let's go back in there because I think Wesley's about to make a move. Alex Campbell's peeking to the inside of Wesley. Because they're super tight. Let's ride along with Wesley or Alex. He's going to slide in. He's even with him going in, but just look at that run that Wesley gets running that top. Has so much more momentum going around the track. Looks like he's going to try again. I don't think that was the best entry. He's trying to get wide, right on that white line. And he'll probably slide back up here. Let's go up to Austin Smith, see what he's doing. Look like he's just trying to run about a half lane lower than Brandon, just trying to dump some clean air on that truck. Looks like we got something going on back here. Battle for third. This is the battle for fourth. Alex Campbell's trying to get on the inside of Wesley Triplett here still. It looks like he might almost make the pass. He's going to keep sliding up. He ends up cutting it down. Wesley's going to get a good run on the back here. Alex Campbell's going to try and get a side draft. He's just not quite close enough as he goes down into 3 and 4 here. Jarrett's just having a front row seat to all this. Looks like he just doesn't quite have enough to get past Wesley here as we go back to the front. Austin Smith and Brandon Puffenbarger are still running. It looks like they're running away from the pack. They've got a 2-second lead on everybody. And according to Brandon's calculations, we're about 18 laps away from green flag pit stops, about 18 laps. Alex Campbell, you check back there, you see him still trying to get down. As Wesley gets past Caleb McKinney here, let's see if Alex follows suit. He's going to run up top. Let's see how good of a run he gets off of this corner, because I think if he gets the run, he'll go down low, shoot these guys 3 wide, but we'll have to wait and see. Alex, I talked to him a few days ago. He said he really wants to start being more aggressive. He's been too passive on the track, not taking up opportunities. So I'd like to see Alex here and see what he does about what he wants to do. He hits Caleb, goes up top. If he could have stayed off of Caleb there, I think he'd get a bit buy-in. Yeah, one car on the wall. Caleb McKinney has a great 1 and 2. He's up next to Wesley Triplett here. Wesley might have used a little too much tire staying up top early. Caleb's got a little bit here late. And Wesley's coming off a win, so he's got to be feeling good. He won last week. He's running third right now, so... Ooh, and Alex, he makes contact with Caleb McKinney. Caleb makes a great save. And now he's up by Alex. Is there frustration? If I were Alex, I probably wouldn't let Caleb get to my bumper here. Let's see what happens. Caleb McKinney is a very level-headed driver, though. I don't think he would do anything, you know. he wouldn't do anything to put himself or that other car in danger. So I think he will nudge him in the back, though, let him know he didn't appreciate almost getting wrecked. So looks like he's going to let that one go. Might have been an accident, as it looks like Wesley's in the wall. Oh, that was close. Is Alex going to get by Wesley Triplett here? Does he slide up the track? Does he have enough to slide up the track? It looks like he's close. He's not quite going to have enough as Caleb McKinney goes up top. It's going to help Wesley here on the back stretch. Ooh, and there's contact. Alex hits Wesley. There's no caution, and I saw some damage. And now they're racing back here, and the top two guys probably love seeing that. They've got a 5-second lead on everybody. Ooh, and you can tell that Alex has got a little bit of damage from that. Wesley's got a little bit of damage. It's probably going to make Wesley pretty loose, and Alex is going to be pretty tight as you see that right front damage. Let's see if he slides up. He's looking all right. Jared, I don't think got any damage from that, and Wesley's starting to fall on back. Man, you hate to see it. Let's go check on these top two. Brandon Puffenbarger starting to pull away a little bit. And we're 10 laps away now from expected green flag stop. It's 10 laps. Ooh, Alex is running Caleb pretty tight now. As Cameron Combs is in the wall. Caleb McKinney's in the wall. Everybody's in the wall. Alex Campbell's going to try and make a 2-for-1 here. Looks like he's not quite going to have the speed. Let's see what happens down here in 3 and 4s. This is the battle for third here. Looks like they made contact going into 1. These guys are racing hard. As we're getting close to green flag stops here. Now Caleb's on the back. Cameron's on the back bumper of Alex. He's going to shoot down. Does he try and slide job? Looks like he is going to try the slide job. And Alex says, not today, sir. He's going to go up top as Caleb's in the wall. There's so much going on right now. And so it looks like the damage is not too bad for Alex. He's still able to maintain third place here. That last lap, let's see what he does with a clean lap, how much slower he is than the front two. But you do see the damage. He's got visual damage on his right front, excuse me. So let's try, there's one view I think I might be able to let us see it real good. You can't really tell. If we go there, so you see the fender, how the whole wheel goes under the fender. You look at Alex Campbell's truck here and it pops out a little bit. So yeah, see that, and then you go to Alex and it's popped in a little bit. So looks like he's maintaining okay. That last lap, he was just as fast as the front two. So it might not be too bad for him. Looks like he's got nothing from it, at least running the top. That time by, he was about a tenth slower than the front two. As Cameron Combs looks like he's going to attempt to make a pass, and Wesley Triplett is back in 7th after getting the damage that he got, and that was on his left rear. And I'm not seeing anything visually, but you know he has some. We'll go back up to the front two here. Brandon Puffenbarger still in the lead, dominating this race. Austin Smith right behind him, just waiting for him to slide up, but Brandon Puffenbarger doesn't make a lot of mistakes, so looks like he's just going to be in for a ride here. Try and gain, wherever you can, whether it be breaking on pit road or, getting a little bit over that speed limit that iRacing will let you do in pit road after the pit stop. But he's going to have to figure out something to where he can get in front of Brandon here and get some aero tight on Brandon. As Cameron Combs comes into pit. So it looks like the pit window started 5 laps earlier than we anticipated, 4 laps earlier. And he was about 6 seconds back from the 2 leaders. So they're still good to run a while here, and they'll have clean tires. Let's see what they're doing here. They're both going to stay out here. Alex Campbell looks like he's going to stay out, and everybody on back looks like they're going to stay out here. Minus Gary Donnellan. Gary Donnellan's coming into pit. Gary Donnellan and Joshua Neal looks like they both made speed just fine. Cameron Combs is coming out of pit road right now. How close is he going to be to these two? Oh, looks like he'll have plenty of room as he's just one lap down. And Joshua Neal and Gary Donnellan still running down pit road as these front two guys stay out for another lap. Looks like Alex Campbell might be coming in. No, he's not. We've got 3 cars coming in that time. Caleb McKinney, Jarrett Larder, and Wesley Triplett. They come in that time, so I bet Brandon Puffenbarger and Austin Smith come in not too much later. Brandon said if you stretch it, you can make it 30 laps. That's 3 laps from now. So with the lead they have, they might try and stay out for as long as they can. I say that Brandon Puffenbarger's coming in right now. Austin Smith right behind him. Oh, I don't know. Austin Smith might have got caught speeding there. He might have got caught speeding. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. As Casey Gross is your only car yet to pit. Looks like he's going to run some laps in the lead here. Get a bonus point for leading the lap, I believe. I know you get one for setting the pole. I don't know if you get one for leading the lap. As he's really stretching it here. He's slowing down. And he's going to come in this time. Casey Gross coming into the pit road. He's the last car to complete. We'll see where he comes out. There's Brandon Puffenbarger and Austin Smith. Oh, so close. He's not quite going to make the pass, though, Austin. So let's see where these two guys come out in front of everybody. If they are in front of everybody. Looks like Alex Campbell comes out just a few seconds behind them. And here comes Cameron Combs on the top. Does he have enough to catch? I don't think he has quite enough to catch him. Here comes, they're coming quick. Is Casey Gross is still in his pit box. There he goes, now he's moving. I'll be interested to see where he cycles out. All right, let's look. And look at the gap that these front two have built. And it's looking like now it's going to be, these two are right next to each other. On back is 4 seconds to third place, and that's Cameron Combs. Right behind him is Caleb McKinney, Joshua Neal, Jarrett Larder, Wesley Triplett, Gary Donnellan, and Alex Campbell. You wonder if Alex Campbell didn't try and fix some of that damage. Let's take a look at it and see if we can't tell. Yeah, it looks like he might have fixed a little bit of it. If we run back to the top two, looks like Austin Smith's going to go to the inside here. Does he make the pass? I think he might if he slides up quick enough. And he does. The top two are right next to each other. With the clean air, we saw what Austin Smith could do at Bristol. Is he able to run away from Brandon Puffenbarger here? He's been close all week, even with the dirty air in the corners. So does the dirty air out-strengthen the draft that Brandon Puffenbarger is now going to get off Austin Smith? I'm interested to see what happens here. Let's watch this lap, see what happens. So it looks like he gains about half a tenth down the back straightaway, Brandon Puffenbarger. And in the corner, he lost about half a tenth. So, and across the line, Brandon Puffenbarger was 3/100ths faster. Or excuse me, Austin Smith was 3/100ths faster. As we look on back, it looks like we got a pretty good battle here for fourth. Joshua Neal, Caleb McKinney. Behind them is Jarrett Larder, our pole sitter. And still, our greatest mover of the race is Wesley Triplett back in 5th. He's got a 2-second gap to 5th, and that's Jarrett Larder. Behind him is a 1.5-second gap to Gary Donnellan and Alex Campbell. As we look at the lead here, looks like Brandon Puffenbarger is trying to get back around Austin Smith. He's understanding the importance of that dirty air. Austin Smith's going to run that bottom. And if he can run the bottom and stay in front of Puffenbarger here, he's saving a lot of tire. Let's see what he does here with 3 and 4. He's going to stay up top. Brandon Puffenbarger has to get out. You see him a little bit slower. I think he might have got a little bit loose there. And these two are just still running 1-2. They now have a 6-second gap. Holy smokes, these guys are dominating. Caleb McKinney is the closest driver back. Looks like he's about to get passed by Cameron Combs, though. He's getting some pressure from him. So 4th through 7th are getting pretty close here. As Cameron Combs is right on the back of Caleb McKinney. He's going to look high here. Might try a crossover down the backstretch, but doesn't look like he has that much of a speed advantage. Joshua Neal looks like the fastest of this pack right now. There you go. Now Caleb's starting to stretch that lead back out a little bit as these other three get a little bit closer. Behind them is Wesley Triplett doing everything he can to try and make this gap back up. Which unfortunately it looks like they're just starting to pull away. He's about 2/10 slower than the group ahead of him. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here for him. These top two, Austin Smith continues to take the lead, but Brandon Puffenbarger's holding on really good with him. Brandon Puffenbarger's doing a good job maintaining just a little bit. He's going about a lane lower so he can get some clean air on that truck. Looks like that's going to help him a lot here. Let's ride along with him. Looks like Austin Smith had a much better turn 3 and 4 here, so we're going to ride along with him for the next lap. Looks like he's starting to maintain a little bit. As he goes inside, he's going to jump a lot on Austin Smith there. Wow. I didn't quite expect it to be that much. Let's see him just ducking a little bit lower than Austin here. Oh, he gets into the wall. He gets up, gets tight, gets into the wall. Austin Smith pulls way out in front. And that's really going to hurt him because Austin Smith's really fast in 3 and 4 on this track. So and they've built a 6.5-second gap. Austin has a 7-second gap on P3 as Caleb McKinney and Cameron Combs are still fighting. Excuse me. Caleb McKinney's busted out in front of these last three as they look like they're trying to shoot 3 wide for 4th. Cameron's going to shut the door on Jarrett here. Jarrett shoots low. Looks like he might make the pass. He cuts down to save from putting the 2 of them into the wall. Keeps it low, doesn't try to side draft, just slides back up. Let's see what happens here in 3 and 4. Jarrett gets a pretty good run. Looks like he might have had to let out a little bit. Eight seconds. 8-second gap. These two drivers are thinking, man, please don't give us a caution. Please don't give us a caution as Brennan Stubbs is... Looks like Brennan Stubbs is out of the race. That wreck on lap 22, 23 took him out. Michael Smith, I don't think that he took tires on that last one. He's holding on all right here. That last, he had to take tires. It looks like, well, he's about a second and a half off the leaders here each lap. So looks like about the time they hit pit road, he might be looking at going 2 laps or a lap down again. We'll have to just wait and see. He might just try and quick pit as soon as he can and just hope for a caution. I don't even know where he is on the track. Looks like he's about halfway down the back stretch, and these guys are going into 1 and 2. So he's good for now. I think he'll make it to the green flag stops. These 2 up front are putting on a class of a show. Looks like Caleb McKinney's, he's starting to maintain now. Not quite gain anything, but he's maintaining that 7.5 second gap. So looks like about 8 seconds now, but he's doing an okay job staying with these top 2. The last lap, he was about a 10th off. On further back, they're 4/10 off of the leaders. And all the way down, you look, it looks like at worst, Wesley Triplett, and he's 7/10 off the leaders. Looks like there's quite a good battle here for 4th. Jarrett Larder made it past Cameron Combs here. Does he get a little bit of a push here? Doesn't quite look like Cameron Combs is going to be able to get to his bumper. I'm interested to see what happens down here in 3 and 4. Cameron Combs rides right up against that wall, gets a good run. Joshua Neal's looking to the inside, but he's not quite going to make the pass. Slides up the track. Alex Campbell and Wesley Triplett battling on back for 7th. And it looks like Jarrett's trying to do what we talked about pre-race, just trying to aero block. As he gets a push down the back stretch, looks like Cameron Combs might look to the inside here, but decides against it. Joshua Neal shoots up top, and Cameron Combs looks like he might get to the outside of Jarrett here. He does. He's there just by inches. He's at his door. So does Jarrett try and slide up here? Looks like he's not going to have it. So Cameron Combs might make this pass on down the back stretch if Joshua Neal goes up top to help him especially. And them 2 side by side, look how fast that caught up Wesley and Alex. So now Wesley and Alex are back in this battle for 4th as Caleb McKinney continues to pull away from this group. And then Austin Smith and Brandon Puffenbarger are in a completely different zip code. Looks like everybody's starting to run that top as we get close to pits here. And actually, I talk about it, we have 2 cars down pit road right now. Joshua Neal and Caleb McKinney come into pit road. And let's see what these top 2 guys do as they take those 2 a lap down. When does everybody else start to come into pit road? Alex Campbell is pitting now. Oh, he's fast. Oh, Alex Campbell. No, he's going to hit the wall. Oh, Alex Campbell crushes the wall on pit road. And now he's backwards, and he hits the back. Oh, what happened to Alex? Oh, no. It looks like he doesn't have too much damage. That back's damaged pretty good, but other than that, he looks okay. And he's going to lose so much time right there. as Brandon and Austin continue. Now, they've got 25 laps to go here. So it looks like they're within the pit window. Looks like these two, with the gap they have, there's no point in pitting until they absolutely have to. And I bet that's what the two of them do, because they're going to have fresher tires than everybody, and they're just going to pull away with this thing, and it's going to be a fight between the two of them. Which right now they've got an 11-second gap on third place, which is Wesley Triplett. Everybody else has already pit. So Caleb McKinney, Jarrett Larder, Joshua Neal, Gary Donnell, and Michael Smith have all pit. And let's look at this next lap time by. So last time by, Austin and Brandon Puffenbarger both ran a 32.4. As Austin comes into pit here, Brandon's going to stay out, so this will be interesting to see what happens here at the end. Everybody else is running about a second and a half faster. So let's see what happens. Brandon Shirley comes in this time by. As where is Alex Campbell? Oh, he's still repairing. As Austin comes in, let's see what Brandon Puffenbarger decides to do. Does he come in this time by? No, it looks like he's going to go again. I just don't know with the tires, with the lap time difference that we're seeing. I don't know, guys. Cameron Combs is also in pit road. And now it just looks like it's Wesley Triplett, Casey Gross. Brandon Puffenbarger is going to come in this time by. Here we go. So we still have 2 cars yet to pit. Does Wesley come in here too? Wesley's going to go around. It looks like he's going to try and lead a lap here. Casey Gross is also going to go around. No, he comes to pit this time by. Jarrett Larder goes past him. So Wesley Triplett is your leader. And he's the last car not to pit. Before him, you got Alex Campbell here, or Austin Smith. Brandon Puffenbarger on pit road. Here's the battle. Is Austin Smith going into 3 and 4 right now. Brandon Puffenbarger still on pit road. Oh, wow. Austin's going to have a good gap. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got a car. Alex Campbell. His tire's not on. Does the caution come out here? No, if he can't make it back, the caution has to come out. He stopped on the...
All right, man.
There it is.
Caution is out.
And Austin Smith had a 5-second gap. A 7-second gap on everybody. I'm not even going to talk to him because he's going to be frustrated. Alex Campbell went ahead and towed. I don't know what happened there. Let's go back and see. Just stand by with me here. So I saw some pieces flying as we were watching Brandon and Alex come off. So it looks like he just got a little loose as he's trying to get back out on the track and maintain what he can. Oh, he just overcorrects. Boom, right into that wall. Now he's got a flat. Now he's really got some right front damage. Right out in front of the leaders, too. There goes that Chick-fil-A fender. And he almost hit... Oh, wow, he almost hit Brandon there. Let's go live, see what happens here. Looks like Cameron's going to go into pit road. Casey's going to go into pit road. And this has to be these guys' last sets of tires. So... Wow, Wesley Triplett makes it in front of Brandon there. Brandon's got fresh-ish tires. He's got fresh tires completely. Wesley Triplett also has brand new tires. Austin Smith's tires are a few, maybe 2 or 3 laps old. Not enough to make a difference, I don't believe. And that's only our second caution of the race with 19 laps to go. If you're in the chat, go ahead and put your guess to win this race. Who do you think's going to win? With Austin Smith in the lead, guys, and the gap he was able to put on everybody, I just have a hard time seeing anybody else passing him here. So, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to be able to pass him. Wesley, I believe, has a little bit of damage. Is Alex? And it looks like Alex went ahead and left the session. So Alex took it to the garage for the night, and he's not going to be returning. I hate to see it, and we talked about how fast he was and, you know, the consistency. Alex Campbell, week in, week out, is one of the fastest guys on the track. You always see him in the top 3 or 4 in practice. He qualifies. Sometimes he's at top 3 or 4. Sometimes he slips up and he goes 8th. Then we get into the race, and he's consistently making passes, getting where he needs to be to get a good finish, and then something always happens where you just can't put a whole race together, and you hate to see it for the guy. One of these weeks, he's going to put all the pieces together and win one of these Mars races. And it's not an easy thing to do. You saw the 8-second gap that Brandon and Austin had put on it. There's some really good drivers in this league. Wesley Triplett, he's really good. 3,400 I rating. Got his first win last week, at least since I've been a part of this series. Austin Smith, another one of those guys. You know, he's one of the guys that's really bad fast. Something always happens to him. Last week, he, you know, had a netcode problem as we come to the choose cone here. Is tonight one of the nights where Austin Smith can win, get his second win of the season, as he chooses the top lane here. On further back, Brandon Puffenbarger goes inside. Wesley Triplett goes up high behind Austin. And we'll just have to go to the blimp, see the order we have here. Looks like Michael Smith is back on the lead lap, so Michael Smith is all the way up to 7th. Wesley Triplett is your mover of the race still. He is up 9 positions to 3rd. One thing I've never noticed before that I'm noticing now, this league is, let's see here, 9 Chevrolets right now on track. We've got 9 Chevrolets on the track, 2 Toyotas, and Wesley Triplett in a Ford. And you notice that like in officials too. I feel like there's a lot of Chevrolets out on the track at all times. No, I don't think. I don't think that Wesley took fuel only. He was on pit road when the caution came out. I don't believe he'll took fuel only. But we're about to figure out here. So Austin gets a good start. Wesley with a great start on that restart. Looks like he's going to be beside Brandon going into 1. Looks like he's going to run down on that bottom, trying to make sure that Brandon can't get in front of him, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, they check up.
All right, man. Like you back on the pace car. We're not going green.
What happened there?
We're not going green.
I'm not sure what happened. Hold on. Let's go back and watch the replay, because I noticed them checking up. Did Austin get loose? What in the world? Hold on.
All right, pace car is the middle of that stretch. I'm going to try to work on the lineup here. It'll be just a second.
So let's go to cockpit of Brandon and see if we can't see something happening to Austin Smith here. Ah, good Lord, I don't know. There's the caution lights. I think Wesley's your new leader here. Or do they give it back to Austin? Looks like they're going to give the lead back to Austin. I'm not sure what's going on. Everybody's kind of checking up back behind him. Looks like they're all going to go around the pace car here. Let's try and pull one of these drivers in and see if we can't figure out what's happening.
We don't know. We went green and the green flag went and then went right back to caution. No. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
All right, well, I talked to a driver. I forgot to mute him. But I talked to a driver, and you heard it from them. They don't know what's going on. They went green, and then they didn't. So we'll just have to see what happens here. I don't know. Yeah, Larry, I'm right with you. I don't know if it was an iRacing error or what happened. It looks like Austin definitely had something going on. But the caution didn't come out till they were further down the backstretch. So it looks like they're going to just re-rack them here. Re-choose. Looks like we got Austin on the outside. Looks like they've got it re-racked. Austin on the outside. Brandon Puffenbarger on the inside. Jarrett Larder back there in third. Wesley Triplett in fourth. And let's just run through everybody. So starting up top, going all the way to the bottom, we've got Austin Smith, Brandon Puffenbarger, Wesley Triplett, Jarrett Larder, Caleb McKinney, Michael Smith, Joshua Neal.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not
And an
going green
extended
this time. We are
caution.
not
I don't
going
know
green.
what is going on. Just bear with us here. And one thing this is doing is if, you know, with these laps, it's making it better for these guys that stayed out. They don't have quite as much time to let those tires go old. So Wesley, who pitted last, is slowly losing that advantage that he built up. Same thing with Brandon and Austin. You know, we talked about the time that they took apart from pitting. Well, now, Brandon's slowly losing that because Austin doesn't have to go through that many laps anymore. Maybe we'll go green this time. Let's pull Austin into the booth and see if we can't figure out what's happening. And we're a little too close. I'm just going to leave him where he is. So if it gets extended here, we'll pull a driver up in the booth and try and get explained. I agree with you, Larry. We don't know what's going on up here. I don't think the drivers know what's going on. I don't think race control knows what's going on. I think right now we're just re-racking them, and we're going to send it for 10 laps, 11 laps. So it looks like we are going to make it to a green right here. As the pace truck starts to go down. Pace truck's off. Looks like Austin Smith is going to be the leader or the controller of this restart.
Green, green, green.
And there he goes. Brandon with a much better start that time, but Wesley's still going to make it even with him. He's going to make it hard to pass. Michael Smith's getting bumped from Cameron Combs. Wesley's going to... Looks like he's going to stay even with Brandon Puffenbarger this time. Brandon Puffenbarger's not going to have enough like he did last time to make that pass. And does Wesley go 2 in a row? We haven't even talked about Wesley winning today. We've been talking about how he was out of the race when he got in that contact with Alex. Now Brandon's up for the lead. What happened in turn 3 and 4? Brandon's now up racing for the lead. Jarrett Larder's racing Wesley for third. Caleb McKinney looking on the inside of Jarrett here. Brandon Puffenbarger secures the pass on Austin. Does Austin go back to the bottom? Looks like he doesn't know what to do. Ends up just running into the back of Brandon. As they shoot further back, Caleb McKinney's going to make an attempt to make a pass on Jarrett. I think he's going to end up doing it here. He does. Does Jarrett give him a push? Looks like he's just trying to make it past him. and Wesley Triplett all the way back to... Something's off with Wesley's car. He's all the way back to 10th. So it looks like that damage was true. As Brandon is your race leader coming to 8 laps to go. Cameron Combs getting really close to Jarrett Larder there on the back. Does Austin Smith have anything left for Brandon Puffenbarger? If they're both running that top lane, tire wear doesn't matter anymore. We've got 8 laps to go. And it looks like they're staying even now. But I'm telling you, Austin, we talk about it week in and week out. Running behind him is eating those tires alive. But there's nothing Austin can do. He's just trying. He's got to wait for Brandon to make a mistake. Stay within contention as much as he can, as it looks like he's getting a little bit of a run. Caleb McKinney is second back. Cameron Combs behind him. Jarrett Larder and Joshua Neal battling here for 5th. As we go back to the top 2, that's 6 laps to go this time by. 6 laps. Austin Smith had a 6-second lead on the pack. And now he's 16. Man. He's a 10th back. And it looks like he's just able to maintain. As we're coming to lap 100 here, looks like we're coming to 4 to go. 4 laps to get back in front of Brandon. Brandon Puffenbarger looks like he's in the spot you want to be with the dirty air at Kansas. Caleb McKinney and Cameron Combs battling for 3rd and 4th here. On further back, you have Joshua Neal, Michael Smith, Casey Groves trying to make his way through the pack. And every time we go back and we come back and look at this camera, it looks like Brandon Puffenbarger starting to pull away with this thing. He's got 3 tenths on Austin now. Looks like he's starting to pull away with this thing. He gained 5 100ths in that last turn. It's Caleb McKinney and Cameron Combs. If I were them two, I'd be trying to work together here. Looks like they're trying to make some passes. Cameron Combs is in the wall. Let's see if he tries to make a move here. Looks like he's going to try and push him down, try and get those two back up to the top 2. It's Caleb McKinney. He's going to slide in front of him. Cameron Combs looks like he's trying to look inside. Can't quite decide if he's going to or not, and he's just going to get back on the bumper. And that time by, they're even with the top, but Brandon Puffenbarger is 2 tenths faster than Austin Smith with 2 laps to go. He's coming to the white flag here in 3 and 4. And there's the white flag. We got 1 to go. Brandon Puffenbarger has 4 turns here to get his first win in Season 3. He makes it through 1 and 2 just fine. Austin Smith looks like he's getting at everything he can. Caleb McKinney, Cameron Combs, Joshua Neal, Casey Groves. Looks like they're all single filed out. As we go into 3 and 4 for the final time to watch Brandon Puffenbarger get out just fine. And 108 laps later, it looks like Brandon Puffenbarger is going to win race 3. What a race by Brandon and Austin. And there's your race results. It looks like your finishing order is going to be Brandon Puffenbarger, Austin Smith, Caleb McKinney, Cameron Combs, Joshua Neal, Casey Gross, Gary Donnellan, Michael Smith, Jarrett Larder, Wesley Triplett, Alex Campbell, and Brendan Stubbs. And he's going to burn it down. Brandon Puffenbarger for the first time in Season 3. What a race. As here they go. Again, like we always do, we're going to let them do their little demolition derby that they always do before we pull anybody in here. It looks like we only have 3 cars competing tonight. We got Michael Smith, Austin Smith, and Joshua Neal. And, man, you have to feel for Austin here. Had a 6-second lead on the pack. Isn't able to put it down in the end. Let's get everybody ready to get pulled. And for Midwest Motorsports, we have an all Midwest Motorsports top 3. And so let's go ahead and pull Caleb McKinney in here. Just bear with me. Caleb, this is Nate up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Man, it looked like it was an up and down night for you, but you end up finishing top 3. How do you feel about it?
It's a decent top 3, and my night started off in 8th place. Not my not my best result in qualifying, but I struggled through the first start of the race, and tires got worse and worse and worse, and throughout the first pit stop, I got loose coming to pit road and saved it. And from then on, the tires were great. I kept them under 70 on the right side, so that's doing pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like there at the end, people were trying to pass you and you just had too good of a truck. You really did a good job there at the end, maintaining position. And those top 2 were just, there before the caution came out, those top 2 had an 8-second lead on everybody. But so I expected them to just pull away. And then once we restacked it up, you were right there with them. And I was really impressed with how good you were able to keep up with them. So before we let you go, you got anybody you want to shout out tonight?
I'd like to shout out Dominic Barbagallo for this amazing paint scheme. That's it.
All right, Caleb. Well, hey, we hope to see you here in the future. Good race tonight.
Thank you.
And finishing second this week, let's go ahead and pull Austin Smith up. Hey, Austin, this is Nate in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Nate.
Man, it was good. I think you made the right decision on that pit stop, and you had a 6-second lead on the pack, and then the caution comes out. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, terrible, man. Everything seems like it's going right until it doesn't. So, amazing what 2 laps different tires will do. I mean, at the end on that last restart, Puff was just pulling away on me. So, unfortunate, but I'll take a P2.
Yeah, I even said it in the booth. I was like, with 2 laps or 3 laps or whatever it was, I don't think that Brandon is gonna have that much of a lead on Austin, but he did it there at the end. He looks like he was 2 tenths faster. But man, we were talking about it. We feel for you. You did everything perfectly, and then that yellow came out. But you know, you're week in, week out, one of the fastest guys of the week, and surely one of these weeks everything's gonna come together. So before we let you go, you got anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, just need to shout out to you for putting on a great show in the booth. Each and every one of the guys that showed up to race tonight, shout out to them. And then Chan's doing all our race control, getting all that situation at the end of the race there figured out for us nice and quick. And yeah, I look forward to next week.
That reminds me, real quick, before I let you go, I almost pulled you into the booth, but it looks like we were about to come to green, and I didn't want to distract you. What was going on there at the end with the caution? We didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, something with scoring and timing got a little mixed up. As soon as we took the green flag, the caution immediately dropped again. So something was really screwed up, and so Chance did a really good job there getting everything straightened away. And you know, I think we only lost maybe 2 green flag laps there, getting the lineup back going. So just a little iRacing glitch, but hopefully no more of those.
And then did the caution come out early? Because what we could see, it looked like you slowed up and Brandon almost ran into the back of you. Was that involved, or was that something different?
Yeah, I don't think people noticed that the yellow was flying.
Okay.
Because it was said over the race chatter that, you know, why are we under yellow, and everybody was still racing hard. So yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm seeing a yellow flag. I should probably slow down. I don't know. But yeah, it was a little sketchy in my rearview mirror.
All right, Austin. Well, all in all, you had a great night. Looks like it just didn't quite go together there at the end with that caution coming out. Without that, you would have won by 5 seconds. So hey, man, we hope to see you next week. Good race, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And we've got one more interview. Let's go. Uh-oh, I just closed out my Discord. Stand by. Let's go to Brandon Puffenbarger, the winner of this race. Brandon, this is Nate up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. That the 2 laps you stayed out there at the end, I thought Austin had you beat. It was like a 6-second lead, and then that caution comes out, and you were unpassable. Talk about it.
Sometimes you gotta be lucky, I guess. I had to dodge Alex first.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so which I didn't think 2 laps were gonna be that big of a difference, but they were. So I was just trying to keep them honest on that restart and try not to give them too much room, but still give them a lane up there to race clean. So yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, the 2 laps there at the. I mean, you were 2 tenths faster than Alex there at the end. It really surprised me because I was right there with you. I was like, surely, you know, the 2 or 3 laps isn't going to make that much of a difference, but it did, and you ended up smoking everybody tonight. How were you and Alex able to get a 8-second lead on everybody like you were before green flag pit stops?
Just being consistent, like running the same line, hitting your marks, not overturning the wheel, especially here at Kansas. If you do that, it destroys your right front. And also just a little bit of playing with your throttle so you don't burn off the right rear too. We were having a little bit of an issue with that too tonight. So.
Well, all in all, you had a great race. You're going to walk out here the 3rd winner of season 3, and I think I can't remember, you've had pretty good finishes the other 2, I'm pretty sure, so you should be close to the lead-in points. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
For you doing broadcasts, Austin, Corey, and me for putting the shit on. Everybody for coming out. It's always fun, no matter if we have 10 people or 30 people. It's always fun racing the guys.
Hey, it's a great league, and on a side note, looks like we had a all Midwest Motorsports podium tonight, so that's good for y'all. You had a great race, and we hope to see you again in the future, Brandon. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can pull. I've got one more guy that's sitting there chilling. Looks like he finished up 9th place, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can't go down to the bottom here, see where Jarrett Larder finished. And looks like he's in ninth. So let's see if Jared Larder will talk to us. He might not have a copy. Let's just see. Hey, Jarrett, this is Nate up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you were fast all night, and from everything I'm showing, did you finish ninth place?
Yeah, I did.
So what happened there at the end? You were a pole sitter, and then it looks like you were up there fighting for the lead. I focused on the top two, and then I just looked at the standings, and you finished ninth. What happened?
I pitted really early on the last one. I went with 30 to go, and I was trying to catch Caleb, and I was pushing it really hard, and I think ate up all my tires.
Okay. All
I
in
had
all, man,
nothing for him.
you sat on pole tonight. You finished ninth. Did you get any incident points?
Nope, we're sitting at a 0x.
All right. Well, he's sitting at a 0x. So there's something positive to take out tonight. You might be a winner of $30. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't know if anybody else got any incident points, but at least you know you're putting yourself in that. What'd you learn from tonight that you can take into next week?
I got to practice more running the top.
I
That was
talked-
my. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so scared of that wall.
Yeah.
Then I let off too much, and guys catch me on entry. I just got to practice a little bit more, I think.
Well, the wall was really mean to your teammate Alex Campbell tonight. It completely tore the side of his race car off, and we talked about him. I hated to see him because I talked to you a few weeks ago, and he's consistently one of the fastest guys. Each week in and week out, and you were up there too. You took pole. I think he was second or third. So y'all had a great start and a really fast start, and hopefully one of these days we can get a win for Freedom Motorsports because y'all definitely have the speed over there. It's just a matter of getting it done there at the end,
Yeah, I think he was fast all practice. Qualifying was great, but yeah, he just drives over his head just a little too much, ends up in the wall. If he can settle down a little bit, I think he's got a win coming, or a few.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's one of the fastest guys week in and week out, like you just said. Let's move on to next week. Next week is Talladega. What are you expecting out of that?
Hopefully, me and Alex can bump draft against that wall to a win.
Hopefully you and Alex can bump draft against that wall to a win. Well, hey, man, with the car count we've had lately, 10, 12, 13 drivers, I expect we'll have 13, and Talladega might even be more. But it might just take 2. And then, you'll have somebody behind you if you're up there. So best of luck to you guys. I hope you guys talk about that at the end so you don't take each other out there at the end, man. But you had a good race tonight, and we're rooting for you up in the booth to get one pulled together. You can be there at the end.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
Yeah, thanks.
That was Jarrett, your P9 finisher, and we talked about him, man. We talk about him all race. He was there, and, whatever happened, it's just, like he said, he took those tires a little early, and that's a 30-lap tire difference there at the end. So, looking at your scoring one more time before I let you go, looks like finishing out, it's going to be Brandon Puffenbarger, Austin Smith, Caleb McKinney, Cameron Combs, Joshua Neal, Casey Gross, Gary Donnellan, Michael Smith, Jarrett Larder, and Wesley Triplett. Your mover of the race is going to be Caleb McKinney up in third. And let's see if the points have updated. I doubt they have, but you never know. And I don't think they have updated yet. They have. So it looks like Austin Smith is still in your lead. So your season standings after 3 races is from top to bottom. You've got Austin Smith, Brandon Puffenbarger, Wesley Triplett, Jarrett Larder, Gary Donnellan, Caleb McKinney, Joshua Neal, Michael Smith, Ian Campbell, Cameron Combs, Corey Kroll, Casey Gross, Wayne Garland, Brendan Stubbs, Aldolfo Castillo, Quentin Sutton, and Jeremy Carter. And let's see, how much of a point lead does Austin have on Brandon Puffenbarger? It is a 3-point gap right now. It's 109 Austin Smith has. Brandon Puffenbarger sitting at 146, and Wesley Triplett is 7 points behind that, or 106, excuse me. Wesley Triplett's at 99, then Jarrett Larder, and rounding up your top 5 is Gary Donnellan. So I think, Austin Smith is easily, he has 3 top 5s, and he's the only driver in the league to have that so far. And it looks like your top 5 all have 3 top 10s. But Austin right now is maintaining that lead, But it looks like Brandon, if he can keep doing what he did tonight, making the decision on pit road, we talk about it every week with this league. It always goes down to pit strategy. And I mean, even we were talking in the booth. I think Brandon needs a pit. I think he needs a pit. Well, maybe he was going on that caution coming out. It did come out, and he ends up walking away with the victory tonight. So, without much further ado, I'm gonna let you guys go. Next week, don't forget to tune in. We're at Talladega. That's sure to be excitement full. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much.